All right, welcome and thanks for joining me today. Let's talk. So, this is the 10th episode. I'm almost like a full season in. And first, I want to give a shout out. Who would have thought something would have came from the pandemic, right? Um, this was kind of birthed during this downtime that we had, and I tried to make use of it. It's always something I wanted to do, and I'm enjoying it. It appears the listeners are enjoying it too. So I want to give a shout out. We got people in Washington, Michigan, Georgia, Illinois, New York, Pennsylvania, someone all the way in Rio de Janeiro, Alabama, the Carolinas, California, and I gotta say, Florida, I guess where I have the most listeners. That state is showing out in so many different cities. So I just want to say thank you. I don't know why y'all keep coming, but y'all do. And I'm appreciative. I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming every week faithfully. As I share these confidential conversations. I would love to actually even hear um, a few things that you guys like. Why do you listen? And what keeps you coming back? Just curious. Just curious. Also, if you have something that you want to talk about, like a particular story, and you want advice, I wouldn't mind rendering some advice. You can send me an email to my Gmail account, or you can DM me on Instagram, either or. All right, so enough of that. Thank you, but enough of that. So we're going to jump into the episode for today. Something I think, it's always an underlining issue in relationships is what we see in retail stores, what we see when we expect when we go out to eat, um, just in our day-to-day life. We expect to get excellent customer service when we're customer facing, if we're on the phone, if we're dealing with somebody through an IM chat. Why is it that we don't get the same customer service in our relationships? And I kind of use customer service because truthfully, when a partner comes to you with an issue or a problem, that's kind of what we are lacking with some of the resolutions that we get, because people are either defensive, they deflect, they want to point the fingers, and you really sometimes don't even get to the meat and potatoes because people are so caught up in, it's not me, it's you, it's not me, it's you. So I'm gonna share a story, and just to kind of set an analogy in regards to what you would receive in a normal setting for customer service, and then which scenario you kind of like better, and which one would you continue to patronize, and why, as you think through these things. So me and my boyfriend, fiance, God knows, we are avid steak eaters. Any holiday celebration, we're going to a nice restaurant to get a steak. And if he's listening, he's gonna laugh. But every time I order my steak, I order a very particular way because I know what I like. I don't want it well done. I want it medium well. But depending on how the server is, I give specific instructions. I always say, hey, I don't know how your restaurant is. Do you guys do well done and it's charred, or is it medium well, has no pink, no blood? How, what's the rating here so I can really understand how to order? And so I'll say, sometimes I'll like well done but not charred. And he's always like, oh my God, why do you do this? But I'm paying $60, $70 for a steak. I want a steak to be done the way I want it done, right? So I'm going to ask these questions to make sure I get what I want. So imagine up front you're telling the person, hey, this is how I want it. And you get your steak. And when you cut into your steak, it looks well done on the outside. But when you open it up, it's actually bleeding. I done spoke him up. He done text me. Um, it's, it's bleeding. And you're seeing blood protrude and run from the steak, right? And you, excuse me, you say to the waiter, oh my gosh, this is not really what I ordered and I wanted. I really kind of wanted it well done, no blood, remember? And they say, well, let me look at it. Uh, cut another spot. Let me see. No, it doesn't look that bad, but if you want me to take it back, I could, right? Now, mind you, I'm paying my money for the steak. What you telling me? Oh, it's not that bad. You might as well just eat it. So then they say, well, also, if I take it back, I don't really know how long it's gonna be because the kitchen is backed up. All right. Um, so that's one option. However, the same scenario, different restaurant. The waiter says, "Hey, oh my gosh, I know you wanted it well done. You specifically said no blood. Let me take it back there and take care of this right now. In the meantime, let me get you an appetizer to hold you over until your food comes out. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna take care of it." I don't know about you, but I'm definitely going with option two. And the first restaurant is getting a bad review. I'm paying good money, and regardless if I'm at McDonald's, I don't eat McDonald's, but if I'm at Chick-fil-A or at Popeyes or wherever I go, I'm paying my money. I'm coming here, doing this. Now, when I come in, there's a certain level of customer service I anticipate. And it's the same thing in your relationship. I come to you with a problem, I present you with the problem. You better have your customer service counter open. Come on now. Hello? Hello? Don't meet me with attitude. Don't meet me with sarcasm. And definitely don't meet me no faciness. We don't want that. I want you to be receptive. I want you to be open. I want you to understand my problem. I want you to actively listen to what I'm saying. Don't listen to respond to what I'm saying, but listen to really the root problem that I'm having, the issue I'm having. Why am I bringing this up to you? How can you assist with us getting over this hump? What can you do differently? Maybe even what can I do differently? And let's work together to a solution versus I'm getting it ain't that bad. You could just eat it. Well, if I take it back, I don't know how long it's gonna be. If those are the type of responses I'm getting in my relationship, oh, it's not my problem, that's your problem. I don't have a problem with that. I don't see the issue. Oh, it's you. Or you know what, you do this. We were not even talking about that. Why are you bringing up something you upset about? If you had a problem, sir, why didn't you tell me when it was something that was on your mind versus now I'm coming to you with a problem that I have and you face me with that. So not only is it for your partner, but it's also for you too. When your significant other comes to you and is saying to you, hey, baby, you know what? Every time I call you, and I'm going to use this as an example because this is a real life situation that happened. Man, every time I call you, um, I can't get you, but you got to call me back. Right? How do you think, what's a reasonable response to that type of situation? How should you meet your partner if they say to you, baby, every time I call you, you got to call me back right after. You can't pick up the phone when you call me. What's going on? What's that about? Should the partner say to you, I never even realized that. I just know I'll call you right back. I didn't even know it was a problem. Um, I'm going to try to do XYZ. Or you have a partner that says to you, I don't see the big deal. I pick up, or sometimes it's not always. And when I do, you see you miss a missed call, I call you back. So it's not even like you waiting that long for me to call you back. I don't know about you, but I'm going with the first response. Like, oh my gosh, hear what I'm saying. Validate the problem that I'm having, and then address what you can do differently with that particular problem. Let's have a conversation and be respectful. Let's not deflect and put that on somebody else. Own your part of the problem. And then also, if there's something else that the other individual can do to make it easier and work together for that common goal of a solution, then add that in too. That's value added. But I say all this to say is that I think a lot of times, I don't know about y'all, but sometimes little, small, minute problems sometimes manifest into this huge snowball of a problem because when initially the problem was brought up, the individual is not open to being receptive to the one minute issue that's brought up. And I think, if people would kind of change the way they're approaching and responding to an issue, just like we would want a restaurant, a retail store, Amazon, any of those places to respond to an issue that we're having with the customer service, it's the same way we should be addressing our partner. Take the time to really understand, hey, you have this issue. I get it. Of being met with a challenge or cold stone phase, or not open to have the conversation, are open to owning your part of the situation even more, right? What should be expected is that if I come with an issue, hello, I'm here. How can I help you? I'm ready to serve you any way I can. And it sounds easier said than done. But truthfully, once you start practicing it, you're going to see such a big difference in your relationship. I mean, life changing, honestly. Like, I can say there's been times where we've really have leaned into this customer service counter. I'm here to help and serve you. And the resolution comes so much quicker. The conversation to work through it works faster, and we're able to really approach it in a strategic manner versus being defensive. I don't want to talk about it. Oh my gosh, you're getting on my nerves. You know what? Just get out my face. Instead, we're able to say, you know what? Okay, you have a problem, baby. What's your problem? Oh, okay. I didn't even realize how that made you feel. And I'm just using this for example. Now that I know, I'm going to try to do something different so that you don't feel that way, because that's not my intention. And in those few words, you're able to understand that the person didn't know that there was an issue. Now that they know that there's an issue, they want to make some changes in their behaviors and want to work towards it together with you so that you don't continue having the same issue. And that's really what customer service is all about. I brought something up to your attention. You're going to rectify it this time, and going forward, we won't have the same issue, right? And to me, that's just only going to make the relationship stronger. And instead of spending days angry at each other, going to bed angry at each other, um, not enjoying the moments that you should be together, you're leaning into each other, and it's actually making you stronger together. And the bond is growing through that process. It's a beautiful thing. Relationships are a beautiful thing. And when you're with the right person that's willing to do what it takes, it will flourish, right? And that's really all I got for you today. Other than that, I know we're coming up to election, so guys, get out and vote. I did my mail-in ballot, so I did my part already and all that. And we want to see change. We got to be part of that change. So please go out and vote. I don't care who you're voting for, but do your research. Make sure you're making an informed decision, and hopefully the election will turn this country around. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. All right.